Hi guys, my name is Zin and welcome to another episode. This week we're going to talk about insects, as you can see, and I'll let you know what happened with these trees. So we're going to start with this tree. This is the silk tree cutting. It's a really small cutting, and as you can see that I removed the entire top of the tree. There was about 3 compound leaves at the top of the tree. And I discovered these bugs. I think they're aphids. There was like these white strings just like kind of peeling off on the tree, and I didn't think anything of it until this morning, just before the video actually. I was going to film something else, and then I saw the little strings move. I was like, okay, those are insects. So you can still see it. I sprayed it already and I cut the top off. Now I cut it off because I don't want to take any chances indoors with these insects, because it's really easy for them to spread, and I'll talk about that later on. So you can see there's a little green dot right there. That's the insect. I think that's an aphid or whatever it is. I already sprayed it, so I'm sure it's dead. And there's another one there, or maybe it's the same one, but yeah. There's one behind. Let's see if I can get that off. So, I don't know where they came from, but I would assume that they came from probably Tropical Expressions, because I bought a couple of new trees from there. And the first time that I've seen this was on the Brazilian rain tree, which I'll show you next. And I don't know how they spread, or maybe it didn't come from them. I'm not exactly sure where they came from. They just appeared out of nowhere. So what I did is I cut the whole top off. There was about maybe this much of trunk, and then quite big long shoots of leaves. This cutting has already rooted, so I think it's going to recover fine. And which is why I cut it off. And even if it doesn't survive, I'm not too worried, because it's just a cutting. I could make more cuttings, but the more important thing to me is that I need to get rid of these insects as soon as possible, because I don't want an outbreak indoors. That would be terrible. So that's that. I'll show you the next tree. So this is the shame plant. And it also had a really long trunk. This is also a cutting. It was really long, and I saw webs on the trunk going all the way up. They're not like spider webs. They're just really thin webs. It's not easy to see. And I saw it, like yesterday or something, and I thought, oh, maybe it's a spider, because it kind of looked like it was a web, right? I thought it was a spider maybe. And then today, after seeing the other trees with the insects, I was like, okay, this has got to be something else. So I cut the entire top off again. It was longer than the remaining of the trunk. I know this has rooted, so hopefully it's going to recover and send out new shoots. I also sprayed down the entire trunk because I think whatever is on there, it's most likely still on there, but whatever's on the top, it's gone. I threw it outside. It's going to freeze to death. It's like -10 outside right now. So I hope this recovers, because this is the only remaining cutting that I have of the shame plant. And it would be a shame if it died because of it. So yeah, I keep this by the window. I don't know where, I don't know where this thing came from, but it spread, I think. Okay, so moving on to the next one. So this is the Brazilian rain tree, and I think this might be the source, because I noticed bugs on this one first. It was small yellowish crawling bugs on the branches and the leaves. And then this is the first one that I've seen, so I think it came from this, but I don't know. Anyway, I sprayed it down with insecticide, the same as the other one. So what happened is that once I sprayed it, I think just a little bit over a week ago, and the leaves starting to, because the leaves usually close at night and they open up during the day when the sun is enough. After I sprayed it, the leaves no longer open up even during the day or when I turn on the lamp, artificial lighting. And I knew something was up, and the insecticide it's quite strong, I guess. It says it's okay to spray on a lot of trees, but I guess these are more delicate, and all the leaves basically dried up, they died. I guess you can think of it as a defoliation. Luckily the tree is not dead, but it killed off everything. It was growing really nicely, but the bugs were pretty much crawling everywhere, and I had to spray down the entire tree. The gas, I guess the fumes from the spray actually made me nauseous indoors because of it hangs around for a few days afterwards. So the tree is not dead because there's new growth. So we'll take a closer look at the new growth. So as you can see, there's green buzz. There's a leaf coming out right there. And the bottom here, this is coming out. That there it's coming out. Let's see if I can find some more. So there's one in the back there, it's coming out. So this branch is fine. I'm just trying to find others. There's a tiny spot right there that's kind of breaking. So I am happy that the tree is not dead. Obviously I'm not happy that it was full of bugs. And this is again, this happened last year around the same time with the hibiscus, and I don't know if it's just insects that the larvae are on the tree before I brought them in, and whatever, but yeah, not the first time, even though it's still disappointing to see. But I'm glad the tree's still alive. So I'm just gonna remove some of these dead leaves, branches, whatever you want to call these. And basically just to clean up the entire tree. Like these yellow branches, they're all, they're all like all gone. And this is due to the spray, the insecticide. Now this branch still looks green, but I don't see any new shoots coming out of it, so I'm not sure if it's still alive. But for now, I'm just going to get rid of all the yellowing. Like this one, I'm going to take off right there. So I'm just removing dead branches. I'm not actually pruning the tree. Like I'm not pruning any live branches. Like this is dead for sure. Because of the involuntary defoliation, I don't really want to put any more stress on the tree. But what's dead is already dead. It doesn't really matter. This is yellowing, so I'll take that off to there. I'm not quite sure if this tip there is going to stay alive, so I'll just take off the yellow part at the top. So it doesn't really matter where you get the tree from. I guess insects is always an issue. Over here, getting rid of these. This insecticide is quite sticky once you get on, which is why some of the leaves are kind of wrapping on the tree. And I guess that's there to, stick to the insects and kill them off. This tip is done, which is okay. That one's too long anyway. This tip is dead. So with this tree all cleaned up, I have checked all other trees that I have to see if there are any infections anywhere else, and I didn't see anything. And this was in the aquarium. It was in the fish tank. So I really, there's a few trees in there, and I checked the other ones. There doesn't seem to be anything on the other trees in the fish tank, which is good. But I'm going to keep a close eye on everything in the room here, because I don't want any more insects. It could get out of hand really easily indoors. So yeah, it's a bit of a I don't know if you can call it a setback, but it's quite annoying seeing insects indoors, especially when you have no idea where they came from. They just spawn overnight, and all of a sudden you got a bunch of bugs crawling on your trees. So I guess it's always a good idea to really keep an eye on the trees the first couple months after you bring them indoors, or maybe the first few months after you buy a tree even. You never know what's on there, and you can't really see what's on. If there's eggs, it's almost invisible, right? You can't spot them. Yeah, so hopefully the tree recovers well, as it's doing right now. Hopefully everything just buds out eventually. I'm hoping the top will be alive, because I don't see any new buds coming out at the top above this point. But the trunk is green, the branches are still green, so I think it's okay. But I'll keep you updated. But yeah, that's all for today. It was a bit upsetting seeing all the bugs. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.